What comes next?
Right. Oh, I want to bring Jovan to the side.
Okay.
Jovan,
What's up, Merek?
I've trusted you with my
These guys are always
deepest
talking
secret.
without me.
I want to offer you
Do
something.
our slugs talk to each other? It's like,
All right.
No, you don't have that ability with us.
Can I help you in any way?
You know Percival? My familiar.
Right. Your cat?
I went through a
Wait.
huge ritual. Well, I know how to get a familiar. I don't remember getting Percival, but I know how to get him if I need to get him again.
Wait,
Percival's
you
like
don't-
slipping through your legs while
You
you're
don't
talking about
remember
this.
getting it?
Remember, that's what we talked about. There's a week in my mind.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
that
you
I've
just had the
forgotten.
flashback.
But I do know how to get you familiar.
Wait, that's possible?
Magic is unique in this world. Each wizard casts it their own way. And somehow I know of a way to cast this through people. I can use you as a conduit. So that instead of me receiving the familiar at the end of the ritual, you receive it.
Oh, you're gonna do that, are you, boss?
Another cat?
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yep, you're the boss.
What's wrong, Percival?
Nothing. Don't mind me.
I've written through the theories. I've gone through the
No, yeah,
the
sure.
situations.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Are you talking about the thread?
Well,
I was gonna tell him about the thread.
okay, good.
The
And he like slips.
And like that is what you were talking about, right?
He like mutters in his head. It's teleconnected. Like mutters in his head. Like maybe not that, Fred, but I mean, I guess you'll figure it out when it happens.
Percival's grumpy. Oh.
it's like,
Now, Jovan.
Jovan can't hear any of Percival's
No.
communications. Right?
Yeah.
All right.
Now,
Like,
symbiotic casting is dangerous.
Seems like any casting is dangerous.
Now, normally, what happens when you cast through another person? You cast through it, you channel through that spell, and the spell effect is done. Channel is no longer needed. It shuts down. For the familiar, as I'm sure you can imagine, the spell never really ends. Familiar lives.
Right.
So that channel between us
Is established?
is
Like,
going to remain open.
what does that mean?
We will be connected. As long as that familiar is alive, you and I will be connected.
Well, that sounds cool.
Furthermore, in order to complete this, I must make you a conduit of my magic.
Is that difficult?
No, it's incredibly simple.
plus, we've
And-
seen you casting through Percival a lot already, right? So
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
idea
you
of
always
it is
cast
I-
through Percival.
I open up my shirt. Do you have like a pen?
Oh my gosh, it's one of those relationships.
what's
It's like,
going on?
dude, seriously,
Merek.
I have the
Merek,
I'm
Merek,
just
we're
gonna
not that
timing.
close yet.
not
Yeah,
the
just
mood.
I open the shirt and I reveal like a threaded rune over my heart.
Yikes!
That looks
Oh,
like
what?
Is it actually
think
a
I knew about
thread
this.
Yep.
that's like
Wait.
sewn into your body?
Oh, would you have to do that to me?
looks like that.
Which side is up?
like an M, right?
It's this way.
Okay.
Oh, so it looks like a W?
It's
No, it looks like,
here,
um,
I wrote it weird because
That's a down.
Oh, I thought because you
So-
asked which
so
way it
looks
was
like
up, and he drew
trees,
this arrow.
Kind of.
There we go.
Yeah, it's an M.
Okay.
Well, it's an M and an F.
So I have a question. Did you wake up with that when you had Percival?
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of accepted it as my rune,
Right.
and
Would you need to like sew that into my? Oh, that looks painful.
it's really
How
not.
long has that been there?
Since I woke up with Percival.
Oh,
This is what is required to act as a conduit and to act as a anchor towards your familiar.
are you sure that's not like necessary? Maybe you could just like draw me a picture or something.
Fortunately, this is the only way to do it.
Hmm.
And this rune must remain intact. If it were to break, the link between the familiar and to me, the source of the magic, will disappear.
I trust you, Merek.
Then we will become
We could become friends forever.
we will become bonded
Bonded.
at the soul.
Do you actually know this to be true?
This is how I understand
sounds-
it.
Okay. So you don't actually know that this thread rune would necessarily happen.
I mean, according to the way his magic works,
Yeah.
this is how it works.
I
Okay.
mean,
But then again, we have to remember
Like-
Merek did receive these powers during a week he doesn't remember.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
so
that room could have nothing to do with
the
it.
way I
but-
understand it is I know how to cast these spells.
Right.
Like I know what is required to cast the spell. And because it's symbiotic magic, I wanted somehow in the fiction to explain like that symbiotic magic. So
Sure.
I just came up with this reasoning.
Oh no, that makes perfect
And,
sense.
Yeah, so
It's
I
like,
know that to be true.
I make up false
but-
things about my character's backstory.
But
all
I
the
mean,
time.
it's like my first year calculus. You know, like
Yeah.
I know how to do calculus like in and out. Do I remember how I learned it specifically? No.
No, the
but
great
I
thing
know
is
how to
that
do it.
if Jovan disappears for a week, like it would be amazing, right? Like, what if you cast a spell, and because now we can observe it happening. Like maybe he
Yeah.
turns into a Muppet for a
maybe,
week.
maybe I wake up
Like-
with no memories and
No, maybe that's
with
what
my-
happens. Like you cast a spell, and
Yeah.
then suddenly Jovan becomes like puppet Jovan, like in that episode of Angel where he's like
Yeah.
a puppet, and it's like what happened? It's like Jovan turned into a Muppet.
Yeah,
It's like
I mean,
oh,
it's possible that week was casting the
Pretty
Find
great.
Familiar spell. I mean, I'm leaving it up into interpretation.
Okay.
Right.
plus you'll know some answers. It's like you'll cast it. It's like
That
hey, look,
is-
puppet Jovan
Number reason 2.
Yes.
I'm doing it.
for science.
Now
I do really like animals.
somehow in the fiction to get you into the soul
Just
bond.
role play it.
Yeah.
Well, what will happen is that if I see he is a familiar, I'm gonna be, dude, how'd you get familiar? And if you
I
don't
can't
lie
cast
to
them
me,
both at the same time, can I?
No.
No.
Okay. It is a week-long ritual, right? Yeah. Now,
so we
Jovan,
figure
is-
I'm distracted learning rune pronunciation, so you can do this well.
Should we?
Yeah.
Jovan,
should
this
should
is
we
a week.
explain this to Daedriel? He's gonna have questions if this is gonna take a whole week. Maybe we should at least explain what's
He's a
happening.
12-year-old kid. He's gonna want one too.
First of all, I'm 14.
14.
Number two, it's not like you're gonna be in the sweat lodge like 8 hours a day, right? It's like, is it like that?
No, it's a week-long ritual. Like he has to stay. He
For a
Jovan
whole
would have to
week.
stay
I
there
am
for
It's
a
gonna be
whole
very
week.
I am-
obvious. If
Oh,
we're-
it is actually
Yes,
like in
it's
the
a
sweat
whole
lodge.
thing.
Exception of
Oh.
cat naps, I am casting the spell.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like, oh, you do a little bit
You'll
of
have to
it,
be there
and then
too.
Is Percival have to be there? Is he like part
Oh,
of
I'll
the
be
spell?
there.
Percival has to be there.
That'll be fun.
Well, I don't have to, but I'll be
I'm
there.
casting it through you.
Um,
You are going to
excuse
help
me.
me.
First of all,
You are the second conduit. You provide me a +1 bonus when casting spells.
Buddy, I think it's the other way around. But fine, whatever.
Percival will be fun.
yeah. In that case, you guys had better let me know because I'm going to be suspicious that you two are in your room together for a whole week. At first, I'll be suspicious. Then I would be jealous.
With
And
with,
then-
with moaning, groaning, and like, don't put that there. As I'm stitching the rune into his chest.
And keep in mind, I'm a 14-year-old kid. At some point, I'm going to peek under the door to see what's
You're
happening.
gonna peek under the door and see into a whole nother world.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's gonna scare you for
it
life,
wouldn't be
man.
the first time. Am I
We'll
not
be
afraid
ready.
to peek under like rune door of monsters? This is nothing. I'm gonna
Oh
scale
my
share
God.
surfaces and be like in your window. It's like, what's going on in there?
Do you think we can trust him? He's a 14-year-old kid.
I own a bar. I have backsword.
Do you?
But you're 14. You obviously
He's
are
proven
confident.
himself very resourceful, and I think he actually trusts us more than he puts on.
Maybe a pet will give him a sense of responsibility.
I own a bar. I'm a member of the keepers. I didn't
Maybe-
have to spy on them.
Yeah.
Maybe a familiar will
Maybe
let
a
us see if he's
familiar-
ready for like a real
Yeah.
pet.
They're so
Maybe a
aged.
sentient familiar would be good for him to teach him some lessons. Hey, Dodriel!
I mean, he
Joe and I want to talk to you about something over here.
Oh God, this is just like Dad again. What's up?
Please sit down.
I'm already sitting.
Look,
Stop
your
making fun of
your
my
mother and I
shortness.
have been talking.
Oh, so you're the mom now? Okay.
We've been adventuring for a while, and I think I can trust you with one of my...
3 weeks, right?
No, actually only about a week and a half. But yeah.
Wow.
It feels much longer.
I know, it feels like
No,
we've known each other
it does
forever.
feel like
Months.
months.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
We've killed together, so I feel like that.
Well, we've been through like lots of life and death
through some
situations.
stuff, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
listen.
Look,
I'm willing to share with you one of my magic secrets. That if it were to get out in the world, I would be hunted down and become a magic slave.
potentially.
You can
Potentially.
definitely trust me. We
So-
members of the Keepers are great at keeping secrets.
So-
Isn't that true?
Of course, it's true.
So you cannot tell a soul what I am capable of.
Not the keepers. Not anyone.
Not the keepers?
No, not the
I
keepers.
think if the keepers ask, we have to tell. We have brain slug.
Would they
They'll kill
know
us.
through the slugs? Maybe.
So, I am capable of channeling Find Familiar through you, so that you end up with the familiar instead of me.
Done.
Are you
Yes.
sure? You're what?
Look, this
there are
this is
costs.
this is a leap of
Wait,
of
how much? I
faith.
don't have a lot of money.
Well, and I open up my shirt again to reveal the rune.
Wait, what's going on? I'm not
need
going to
an
do that.
adult.
I have lived on the streets long enough, but there are some things I won't do.
No, look at the rune.
Oh.
Yeah, this is my magic rune. This is
Wait, you gonna sew a rune into my chest?
that.
That seems
it's
really
necessary for you to become a conduit to my magical energies, and after that is done, there will be a magical channel between us.
Do him first.
Of course.
That was
Alright.
that was the plan.
So
Okay,
we will
good.
be bonded at the soul level.
Sounds a little bit sketch.
If I die, the magic channel will probably cut off.
Wait, so I die if you die?
I
That
don't-
is
Well,
too
you're
risky.
familiar
I
will
do
die.
not know what will happen. I'm positive your familiar will simply fade over time unless you can find an alternative magic source.
Ooh.
This is
In my
like
head,
a-
I'm thinking, that sword will be an alternative magic source. I will use
This-
this necromantic powers to fuel the life of my familiar. I have to consume the souls of the... Oh,
Now, as you've
Yes.
seen from Percival, and I go down and pet him, familiars are very powerful tools
Percival's licking himself.
friends.
and friends, but you must be careful. Cannot let them control you.
wait, are you saying that our familiar will be...
Percival's laughing in his head.
Are you saying that our familiar
What
will
does that
be
look like?
a...
Nothing.
To me.
He just like goes.
Do cats
No.
smile?
The,
Oh, yeah.
the familiar...
Kind of.
It begins as a spirit and it comes to you in a form that makes the most sense. You won't understand it at first, but over time you'll understand that this is what your animal form should be, if this makes sense.
Oh.
True, like.
Oh, that
imagine-
makes sense. Yes, when I was a boy, Garyam read this book to me called Good Omens, and it was about how like the spirit turned into this really cute puppy. And yeah, that sounds awesome. But do him first, because it sounds dangerous.
It is incredibly dangerous,
Plus, I have to spend this week learning how to say
and
it
it requires me to
Ramu.
cast the spell for a week. So you and I will be locked up in a room for a week.
Oh. Well, that's important too, because I need to spend this week recruiting help, because I don't want to shut down the bar for a whole week.
That's true.
So while you guys are up there doing your magic things, I can keep the bar going.
Now, can we switch bracelets? Just real quick.
Wait, why? How does that...
Because if
I
I
need
were
to-
to cast it, I need to have my intellect, but I'm using your stats as well as mine.
Oh. Okay.
Wait, so...
Did you not catch on that? That's what I was gonna...
No, that's fine. Let's go for it. Okay, go ahead.
Wait, but...
So I'm gonna spellburn with his and mine.
Oh, you can do both.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So you
long as
can't.
it's only switching
Oh, I
one
see.
stat.
Because you don't want to give up your
As long as you
intelligence. That's
swap
right.
with,
Okay. All right. Gotcha. Okay. Because I'm going. You already will get his stat with
Wait,
that.
will
but-
that work 30 seconds, but it takes a week to cast the spell?
The spellburn happens at the first point of casting.
Oh, okay.
But I
All
don't recover it until the end of the week.
Correct.
Okay.
Of course, when it switches back, it would go back over to him with the stats.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
But that's like less
I mean-
time that he has to spend recuperating because I'll be recuperating at the same time.
Possibly.
So that makes sense.
If you...
Let's
How much
wait a
for-
bit. Let's see how your spellburn recovers.
Wait, doesn't it
Oh,
recover
yeah.
normally? Like it's just
Well,
one point
he's
per day.
I've
spellburned
already spellburned
one point of
Nick's
agility.
points.
Right.
So
Does
let's
spellburn-
make sure that comes back normally, and then we'll know that we can use it.
Does spellburn recover the way normal stat loss recovers, like your level per day?
No.
No.
Spellburn recovers at the rate of your level per day if you don't spellburn that day.
Right.
Okay.
So. Right, but
I don't know if it
basically,
counts as me having
presumably,
spellburn each day.
he doesn't ever spellburn.
Well, okay.
Oh, uncomfortable.
I should make that more clear. So actually, with ability points, it's 1 per day.
Oh,
that you recover.
regardless.
Yeah.
Okay.
But with spellburn, it's your level per day. We changed that from the basic rules
Oh, okay.
because
Okay.
because it was
Oh,
usually
modified.
1 point per day, but we basically agreed that negated the point of doing spellburn
Well,
all.
it just meant like, why would I do Spellburn?
Yeah.
Ever, right.
Yeah.
If
It's like I would do it, but then I'd be out of commission for months.
You gain back HP
boring.
equal to your level per day.
Oh, gotcha.
If you
Okay.
sleep and get a good night's rest.
Got it.
Actually, all of that's dependent
I mean,
on a good night's
it-
rest.
Well, so this is a good
So-
experiment too, because you
yeah.
can see if he recovers as
Yeah,
level
yeah, yeah.
or one
that's,
point.
That's a good
Okay,
point.
so then, if my point comes back, we can start tomorrow. Potentially.
Do you want to explain the Spellburn thing to the viewers a little
Oh,
bit more?
basically all we said was instead of the basic rules of DCC where you spell burn a point and then get back just 1 point per day, we made it your level. So it basically works the same way as the Thief Regaining Luck does. Some people might not like that, but for the kind of DCC game I'm running here, I needed it to be more story focused than the old style.
It just kind of
Where
means that we don't
have to.
we don't have to take major breaks in the story
Exactly,
for the purpose of just recovering spell.
Right.
It's
Anyway,
also
have to be
based
like-
on your assessment of how powerful spells are in DCC, because the spells are all over the map, and in some cases, spell burning makes it way too good. And so one of the original reasons that spell burn was only once per day was they wanted to prevent spellcaster from just going nuts.
Right.
Because the progression of spells in DCC is so ridiculous that for some of them, just getting a +6 is so ridiculous that allowing you to get back per level per day. Once you get to 3rd or 4th level, your spells would always be so epic that it'd be unreasonable for game
that
balance.
might need to be modified once we get up there in levels.
Well, okay,
But-
so it's currently kicking off at like 3 at night, and I think it's absolutely fine.
Because when you get to the highest level, level 10, you'll be getting back 10 points a night. Like, but at that point, you're a 10th level wizard. You should be able to go all the time.
I think it's fine, simply for the sake of it means I spellburn more, which is more flavorful.
that is cooler.
And whereas normally I wouldn't. And it also creates a more fast-paced game, because if
Yeah.
I'm down like
It does let the adventure just
12
progress.
points, I'm just like, guys, we need to spend
Just
2 weeks
consistently.
doing
It's-
absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
It's
that would be
also,
boring.
he has to roll on the spellburn table. So,
Right.
like, in some cases.
some permanent effects.
It was,
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, I wonder if this means he takes the liability for whatever comes up on the spellburn table.
Possible. I do not know.
Wow,
the
this experiment is going to give us a lot of data.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be very
wait,
exciting.
so if he's spell burning like from my points and his points and then rolls effects?
That's
Oh,
only
yeah,
if I'm
that's
trying
gonna
to
be weird.
get back a spell.
Okay.
Is we roll the
Oh,
spellburn
that's
table.
when you- okay.
Yeah. Because we wanted to make that
Right.
more dynamic. That was it.
Yep.
Or you wanted to use a spellburn table, but you didn't want to. We didn't want to use it every time.
Right. Yeah, I think it's silly to
Is
use
that
it
part of the
every
original
single
rules
time.
to use it every time?
It's optional.
It's optional, and I think the effect of losing the ability points is strong enough without having to roll on the spellburn table,
Yeah.
unless you've
'Cause-
lost the spell.
Right.
Well, because I spellburned a lot in the last dungeon,
Right.
and it didn't feel very. I didn't feel overpowered, and I definitely felt taxed by
Yeah.
the end of it.
Exactly.
Where climbing up the rope, I thought I could die because my strength
You
was at
could've.
6.
You very
Yeah.
easily could have.
The other question for this specific case is, how much spellburn do you think you're going to need to successfully cast Find Familiar?
He knows actually.
Because you make it sound like it's kind of a big
Okay.
deal
It
that
does
you
take
need to
a
burn
lot.
both of you.
Okay,
That's
so
what the-
currently I have a
roll.
+6 bonus using, what is it? Using Percival, I have a +6 bonus.
Right.
Which means I need to roll, let's see, it's a 12, right?
Mm-hmm.
A 6 or higher.
Oh,
are
so
you
it's still very good.
Are you
But the
still
type of
technically-
familiar you get is heavily dependent on what he rolls.
Yeah.
Are you
Oh,
still
really?
technically
Yes.
using Percival when you channel through?
Oh,
me,
it's
then?
not success and failure, and then you just roll on the table.
You
Yeah,
get
you
no,
are.
you get a better familiar the higher
It's
he
just
rolls.
casting,
Oh,
it's just,
I guess I've never
Percival
looked at the
becomes the
table.
origin
So
of
Well,
this is how it
it
works.
just says per judge, so you'd have to actually
So-
look at the stuff in the back.
so for stuff like Magic Shield, I can have
'Cause I thought
Percival
it would
cast
just
it
succeed
and
and you
touch
rolled on that
me
random
to get a
table
+1
for-
bonus.
Okay.
But for spells of self,
I guess.
he can't. If he casts it, he gets it.
See, it's just basically
Oh, so you just decide.
it's
like,
basically
the better
pass
minimum.
fail per judge. Well,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
rules for it in the back.
Wait,
but
so
they
if
don't
you-
tell it in
okay,
the play.
I
If
see.
you cast Find
Oh, okay.
Familiar,
I just thought like we would just roll on that random
Sometimes.
D14
Yeah, yeah.
table. or
Sometimes.
something.
And
Okay.
also, I think what James does is like depending on my actual roll, he will be like,
Like there'll be more choice. Like, it's like
well,
you can
it'd be
pick up
more
one of
like,
these three or
your
something.
familiar can do more things, right?
That might be
Oh,
what
okay.
it is.
Because
Okay.
I rolled extremely well for Percival.
Mm.
I rolled extremely well for Nyloth, and both
Right.
of those familiars were able to do
Well, like,
very big things.
they were heavy
because I rolled
heavy
well.
story components.
So it's
Exactly.
worth it for you to burn a lot so
Yeah.
that you
Well,
can get
what
like
I would
ridiculous.
want to do is I would want to burn down to make it a 5% chance of failure,
Right.
where only a 1
Yep.
results in a failure.
And you always want to be higher anyway.
Yeah.
And you do want to be higher. Well,
'Cause-
Nick getting a Guardian Familiar is not the end of the world.
Right. But it'd be amazing if like you could get the familiar to be so good that not only could we borrow our own stats, but we could borrow our familiar stats. It's like my turtle has like a strength of 700. It's like, and I will loan it to you.
They technically don't have stats.
That is impossible.
They don't. No, they're not defined in the book.
Interesting.
Yeah.
DCC.
Well, really, familiars are supposed to be just like there.
Just companion. You're not supposed to use them
Okay,
for things.
they have monster stats, is what I should say.
Right.
Where they have attack, health, AC, and like the saves.
They don't
are-
have ability scores.
Yeah, they don't have ability scores. Is
Interesting.
what I'm meaning.
Which is weird considering that one of the familiars is specifically a familiar that actually acts in the game as a fighty thing. So it's like, for it to properly interact with the game rules, it would have to have stats.
Well, the monsters use the old D&D method of basing their strength off of hit dice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the
So
way-
if they're attacked by something that drains stamina, it just has no effect on them.
No, they may lose hit points or something along those lines, or it'd be what I create in the
It's
moment.
it's just D and
Right.
Fiat. Yeah.
So there's no actual rules
Well-
interaction with the rules.
But the Guardian does improve
Sometimes,
as
yeah.
you level. It's the only familiar that improves.
Yep.
Whereas the others stay flat because they improve with you as you level.
We'll just roll and see
Just-
what happens.
Yeah, we're just gonna see what happens.
All right.
This would be
We're
cool.
gonna
So-
wait a day to see how you recover them.
Yeah, let's see
So
if that
for this
works.
day, you guys aren't doing the rituals.
No,
Yeah.
We're gonna hang
okay.
around.
Just
We're
just
gonna-
the hanging around.
Today is
briefing.
prep, and you know what? I'm gonna check around the market and see if there's something I can use.
Plus, they have to set up like food in the
Help.
room, sandwiches.
We're gonna write up like help wanted posters.
Yeah.
So before you guys go to head off to do your day stuff and all that, so you're discussing this early in the morning in the
yeah,
common room,
yeah.
and like right when you get to the end, you hear this, and there's this stretch, and Leland comes
Leland.
like tramping down the stairs.
Oh yeah, leave.
Oh yeah,
Leland.
that's right. I forgot Leland's living
Want
here.
some breakfast?
and he
I
and
made
he looks
extra
around and
for
goes,
you.
Oh, thanks. No, I'm gonna head out in the market today. Did Arano come home last night?
Wait, no thanks on breakfast. You better sit down.
Well,
You need breakfast.
I'm gonna head out and buy it.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
Fine. Too rich for my blood.
Did Arano come home last night?
No.
No?
No.
All right.
Ah,
I gotta go find him
coin.
too.
Oh, that
There we
sounds
go.
like a.
He shouldn't be hard to find. He's
An
kind of a
ordeal.
big bruiser guy who leaves a
I
trail of
guess he might be
destruction
like
behind
sleeping
him.
in the road. Or
Yeah,
something.
but he's stupid. I just hope that there wasn't some, thieves that jumped him or something.
Do you
Hey.
need help with that?
By the way, if we call you Leland when he's around, is he gonna go nuts?
He'll get really mad.
Wait, why?
Please don't do it.
Because
Oh,
his
he called you.
Samson is my
his
power name.
power name.
Samson.
So we call him Leland. It's like, don't call him that.
That's right.
You're gonna weaken
Right.
him with your weak.
He says I can't get my name back until I prove that I'm strong enough to
Can't get
use
his
it.
name back.
Wow. I don't like Urano that much.
Oh. Well, I mean, he's helping me, right? He's making me strong. I'm gonna be tough.
You should use your clerical powers and say you have communed with Netral, and Netral has commanded him to call his disciple by his real name, because it is not in the light
I don't
of
know if I can
Netral's
convince
eye.
him to change his ways.
Aren't you his
this big
boss?
guy.
You're like the net
Ish.
speaker for Netral. He's
I
just
mean,
like the sword of
I'm
Netral.
definitely higher ranked. And
Yeah.
smarter
Metro did tell
and
you to
more
use him for your
personable.
for your purposes.
Yeah, but I don't want to like argue with him. I'm not gonna.
Don't
win a
argue
fight.
with him.
No.
Command him. You're
Anyway.
his boss.
So Leland kind of like stretches and yawns and
Think
goes,
about
anyway, thanks for the room last night.
No problem. How'd you sleep?
Good, actually.
you're welcome.
Pretty good.
Well.
Anyway, Urano will be coming back soon with me, hopefully. I'll go see if I can find him, is what I mean. All right, well, see you folks. And he
Good
like
luck.
scurries out and opens the door to the Dulahan and shuts it.
Yep.
Uh,
After he spied on the entire conversation, and
a
now
few
knows.
a few seconds
everything.
later, he opens the door back up and peeks his head and he goes, "Oh, so I don't know if this is a problem, but there's a couple of guys in white cloaks coming down the street. Looks like they want to talk to you. Anyway, just a heads up." And he shuts the
White
door and he's
cloaks
gone.
mean-
He know that. That they want to come in and then also.
Well, they said they were coming back to talk to us.
Oh.
So this
Oh,
was
they
a,
totally
they did. So we were
Nice
expecting
face.
it.
So a few moments later, there's a on the door.
Hello.
On the door. So,
Welcome to the Dulahan.
2 follower guards stand there, and also the officer from the day before, who, from overhearing conversation, you learned his name was Peloche.
Morning, officers. What can I do you for?
So he stands there looking at you.
Peloche is the angry one who was really
Yeah.
mad that
Peloche, yeah.
that was he was like shooed off. And
Mm-hmm. So Peloche, now that you're getting a better look at him,
Uh-huh.
he's got brownish eyes and very scrunched up features. His nose is crooked, like it was broken at one point or another. And he's got a furrowed forehead, like he's always scrunching everything up more than his face implies.
Oh, so serious.
So he looks in your face and he peers into it and goes, "Greetings. We've returned to examine the crime scene."
Certainly. This way.
And so he steps inside and he looks around the establishment and like scrapes his feet on the floor and wipes his finger along the edge of the door frame and like sees dust and goes and scoffs. And
That's our
walks off.
dust. I'm gonna need that back.
Adds to the character of the inn. You come here for the dust.
I see.
Yeah.
It's lived
Yeah.
in.
This is a common house. What do you expect? You don't come here to drink. You know we're right here by the barbarian.
Yeah, they're not here to
right?
clean, are they? I mean, if they want to, I'm okay with it.
These are my two men. Their names are Thaddeus and Janice. The two guards wave and introduce themselves. And they go, and Peloche goes, "They will be staying with you for the duration of the investigation."
How long do you think the investigation will take?
Well, that's hard to say. We'll be investigating the door in the back, so as long as it takes.
That seems fair.
Sure.
will,
What's our standard rate?
We were promised
Oh.
that we could build the followers, so
Rest assured that we will pay you for your services, and I have been authorized to give you a special incentive.
ooh.
Well,
I love
not
that.
you
Thank you.
specifically. Actually, Mr. Farrar, it's for you. Also, you should clean up the dust and tidy up in here. In a few days, Paradigm Nicholas will be making an appearance.
Nicholas.
Which one was he?
You haven't met him yet.
Okay.
And he goes, he wishes to inspect the premises more. Or, wait. No, I'm sorry. Okay. Erase that. Reverse it. I got them mixed up in my head. Paradigm Vergis will be making an appearance.
He's
Okay.
the gym.
No.
He's
You
also
haven't met
Neo.
him yet. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
probably the dark arts professor.
Paradigm Vergis will be making an appearance
Okay.
at your establishment. He wishes to investigate the door firsthand.
That seems fair.
So please
Sure.
try to tidy up before he gets here. And Peloche coughs a bit more and goes, "Now, as for the compensation," and he reaches inside his robes.
What?
He reaches inside his robes and pulls out these two huge bags. And he sets them down on the table, and you hear this chink as he sets it down. And then he goes, "And Janice, if you please." And he turns towards him, and Janice, like, reaches into his pocket and pulls out this, like, it was a pouch, so it was, like, tucked into the folds of his robes. And it's, like, about this big, and it's a brown, like, sack-like pouch. And he sets it down on the table, and he scoots it towards Merek. And he goes, a moment. And he goes, 1,000 gold in each of these bags. 2,000 total. That should cover any amount of stay we may find necessary, and I believe allow us to get by without any distractions.
Absolutely.
Do we have an accord?
What type of inn did he think we were?
It's fine.
It's a deal.
That should be sufficient. If there are any other needs, we will take it up with the Paradigm.
Secondly, Lalos sends this special gem along to you, Mr. Farrar, with his compliments. He thanks you for all of your efforts down in the caves beneath Lear in the Undercroft, and for what you recovered down there.
It's a gem.
Lavos doesn't
He
seem
sent
like the
it
generous
along.
type. This seems.
Oh, he sent a gem along.
Yes.
It's not a gem. A gem along.
No, it's a gem.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Comma.
I'm
alone.
sorry, you said gem along.
No, it's actually
What's a gem
you're still,
along?
you're still
That's what I was
confused.
wondering.
You're gonna pull back the sack, and it's gonna be a little miniature basketball court where people are playing basketball and throw. No, never mind. Okay.
That's what
It's-
a gem along is?
No, because
No.
it's a gym. Okay. Anyway,
He said gem
A
along.
gym.
he sent a gym. Anyway. Okay. So yeah.
We're gonna edit all of this out in post.
Why?
No,
This is
we
great.
won't.
Yeah.
But I
No.
wish we.
This
I
is
wish we
good
did.
television.
So Peloche goes. He sends it along with his compliments,
That is very sufficient. Lavos is not the generous type.
and then
What if his compliments are poisonous?
why I don't understand why we've also been authorized to return this bit of contraband.
Uh-oh.
And he reaches into his robes and chucks you the small piece of sentient metal.
Perfect. I've been needing this for my research.
Research.
Don't tell them that.
What kind of research? What exactly are you researching?
Am I under investigation right now?
Yes, that's precisely why we're here.
I am willing to answer any questions pertaining to the murder.
I'm going back to wiping dust from the counter.
I didn't hear anything.
Yes.
So Peloche
I'm
like
heading to the cab.
stares at you for a few moments and then goes, "Okay, we're gonna focus on the door for now. Rest assured, I'll make a note of it." And he directs Thaddeus and Janice upstairs, and he goes, I assume that you will show them their rooms.
Sure, I'll lead them up there.
Wait, rooms? They're not gonna stay together in the same room?
Oh no! They're paying 2,000 gold.
Hey, this
They-
is our regular rate for
they-
the
they had-
high-end customers.
They
that
had
we're
2
used to.
sacks, one with each 1,000, so you assumed it was like for each of them.
Oh, okay.
Peloche makes his way towards the door and turns around and goes, I also assume that this will cover food expenses.
Sure.
The officers need to eat.
Yeah,
Yes.
of course.
When Paradigm Burgess comes by, he will have more to experiment with.
That seems more than fair. It's good that you're here because we actually have errands to run. So
And Peloche goes, I am leaving. But the
Wait,
guards will
are we
take care of the current investigation.
yes, we presume they're staying.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
Because we can't reopen the Dulan until we hire new help, and so we need to focus on that right now.
I suppose that's in my favor.
You're not gonna leave anyone. We're not gonna leave anyone here.
And he like opens the door and he goes, farewell, and shuts it behind him.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna open up this gem along.
Okay, so
it's gem.
you peel back the sack, and as you open it up, you can see that it is a brilliant pink large gem that's on this black 3-legged stand, like a black 3-legged stand, and then the gem's resting on like a little holder thing right here. Each of the stand legs has crow's feet that come off of it, just like birds' feet that curl off of it. Or stand it up. And the gem glimmers with an iridescent shimmer. And when you look through it, you can see different rainbow patterns.
Wow.
All right, the War of the Worlds pink gem.
Yeah.
What?
Does it look anything like the
Three-legged
three-legged creatures that he and I saw in our
I
vision?
see. No.
Alright.
Wait, what?
Remember when we joined the Keepers, we each had a vision of this other alien world when they put the slugs in our eyes? And we saw this alien world with these tall, like, alien creatures with 3 legs that were walking along this alien landscape.
Oh.
Didn't give me any
I
instructions.
don't recall
for
that,
this gem. I don't know
actually.
what to do with this gem.
It's a gift. It's a gift.
I'll put it up in my room, put it on the desk, and just kind of.
Now let us can see everything you're doing.
Could be a spying device.
I think you're kind of paranoid, boss, if you ask me. and Percival goes up to him, like, peers, and he goes, I think it's pretty. I think we should keep it. He, like, puts his hand up against it and rubs it.
Percival's
and
right?
curls up
It's
against
Percival's new, like scratching post. It's like, shh.
it. Gosh, that guy serves know what he's talking about. Boss, you should do more work for him. More gems would not be a bad thing. Hey, maybe we could... Oh, I would never destroy something this beautiful, but maybe we could just break it up and, sew it into some sort of cloth. That'd be cool. I don't know. And he, like, rolls around a bit more.
Merek, how are we supposed to do,
You're up in the room with me?
Wait, you're in your room?
He like, picked it up and carried it up
Oh,
there.
okay, I didn't.
So,
I take out the sentient metal and place it down, and then I put the dragon scales next to it.
mhm.
3 things.